As we all know, Idubbbz has released the content cop on himself, and yes, I know I'm late, but I'm finally making a video because I feel like I had to, because why not try to capitalize off it, even though I'm a small channel, even though it's late, so let's just get into it.
And damaging content on this channel. And I've also created a culture of apathy and I don't know, a lot of like cruelty as well. Like, you know, some of the videos I've made have been very not edgy. I don't think they you know, some of these videos were edgy. I think they were just outright cruel. So I don't want people to, you know, get it confused about, you know, where I stand. I have made some cruel, hurtful content, and I need to acknowledge that, and I'm really sorry that it's taken me this long to acknowledge it.
Bro, it really wasn't cruel. It was hurtful, yes. I would say it's hurtful looking back at it because we're in a way different time now. Did you normalize the use of slurs? Yes. Is that a good thing to do? Not really. But at the same time, it was just a different time, and it was just edgy. You don't need to be so hard on yourself, Ian.
The content I'm talking about specifically are content cop videos and videos where I was just generally criticizing people for very lackluster reasons, and you know, obviously didn't have any accountability online whatsoever on my end. I was morally grandstanding and acting as if I am any better than any of these people that I was making content cop videos on, and I'm not. I'm a human. I'm a real human who makes mistakes. And, you know,
bro, all you were doing was making videos that were just making fun of other people for making bad content. It really wasn't that deep, man. And it's okay that you don't want to make that stuff now. It's okay. It's a different time. We get it. And a lot of that stuff probably won't slide today anyways. But you weren't doing anything that messed up. You were making fun of people for bad content. Everybody was doing that back in the day.
It's also indoctrinated a lot of people into thinking that this is an okay way to behave, and it's not. It's super irresponsible and shitty.
Like I said before, when it comes to this, I strongly do agree with him on this. Like, did he normalize doing a bad thing? Yes. I just don't like how some people, because I had like this TikTok mutual that was saying that the alt-right pipeline started with people like Idubbbz and Filthy Frank, that were people that were edgy. But no, it's like, no, what are you talking about? These people did not have a political message. And at this time, a lot of people didn't really talk about politics much. So yeah, he didn't condition people into liking Ben Shapiro or anything like that. By the way, that's not even me insinuating Ben Shapiro's a bad guy. I'm just saying what other people were saying on the internet.
I am very insecure about my ability to create interesting content or like entertain. It's gotten better over the years, but it's something that I have struggled with constantly. And it's one of the reasons why I, you know, kept making this hurtful content. You know, I ended up pivoting it into other things because I felt bad about it, like innately.
Do I genuinely think Idubbbz changed? Obviously, but let's be real. I mean, you kept making it because it made you money. That is just the truth. It made you money. I mean, we're talking about videos with 40 million views at the time. People wanted it. And it was good content. People thought it was good content as a whole. It literally was a cultural staple of the platform at the time.
But it's still something that I struggle with, and I don't want you to interpret that as an excuse, but I hope that that is relatable to other creators who maybe struggle with the same thing. I'm not confident in my ability to entertain, and I think if I had to rely on my personality to entertain people, that I wouldn't have any amount of success, and that is really hard to come to terms with.
Ian, that literally was your personality though. Those videos were an extension of you at that time. Are you Are you saying that because you made edgy jokes that your videos were void of personality though? I mean, that was you. And I know that kind of makes you disgusted and you're kind of like, you don't have good feelings towards that, but that was you though. And I understand that now you're not as confident in your content because, you know, it's different than what got you to the 7 million people that support you, but I mean, I don't know. I get that you're in a tough situation, though.
I was being very bigoted in a lot of my videos, and I justified it because, you know, I didn't think it was too serious. And I thought that people were going to see that I had good intentions, you know, but that's so silly, you know. Casual racism is still racism. Casual bigotry is still bigotry. And, you know, I said a lot of things that I look back at and I cringe now, and I'm like, that is an awful thing to say. It doesn't matter what my intentions are. Like, if I'm hurting people, I'm hurting people. And, you know, who the fuck knows what my intentions are? Like, sarcasm and, like, jokiness and jokey tone only goes so far, especially over the internet. Even in real life, that's, like, an impossible thing to...
Well, yeah, casual racism is still racism and whatnot, and bigotry is still bigotry, but at the same time, when you were saying the N-word, it wasn't in a racist way. And, like, I know, like, not all black people are gonna agree with what I'm saying, but that's just how it is. And when you say the jokey tone can only go so far, I'm just gonna have to disagree with you on that, because comedy is art. And art has no limits to it. And I still agree with the all jokes or no jokes at all. Because every joke can have the potential to hurt somebody. So if you're gonna go by that, no jokes should exist at all. If a joke hurts somebody, that's tough. I mean, jokes don't care about your feelings. They don't care about your gender orientation. They don't care about, you know, they don't care about your religion, etc. So with that being said, I do get that saying jokes do come with consequences, so you gotta be able to reap that. But yeah, like, I mean, that's just my thoughts on it.
Know with 100% certainty. I've just always had this dumb philosophy that I'm not responsible for, you know, my audience and how they behave beyond what content I put out. And that's stupid. And it's led to a lot of hate and a lot of bad outcomes. And I just want to make it clear that I am absolutely responsible for my audience. And, you know, I guess if you want to, you know, look out for people who are red flags, it's definitely people who had my mentality that say, I'm not responsible for what my audience does. I know that...
So are we just at a point now where we're saying that creators have autonomy over their fans? Like, no, people have autonomy over themselves and what they do and their actions. You are not responsible for that. That's like me saying, because I listened to Tyler's old music talking about him doing grape, that if I were to go out and do some heinous act like that, it would be Tyler's fault. Like, no, what? This is so stupid.
I'm going to match and donate to an organization that, you know, would have been particularly affected by the type of rhetoric that I've been spewing on this channel. And again, this isn't the end of what I'm doing. This is just the start. I don't feel like a lot of this content represents me as a person, at least not anymore. There was a time where it probably perfectly represented me because I was a nasty, apathetic, insecure person. Now that I don't feel like it represents me and I want to distance myself from it and keep it from, you know, indoctrinating more people, I'd like to unlist the videos so that people, you know, can access them still for whatever, you know, purposes they might want to do that for. But it's not being proliferated on the website. I feel like that's the best solution, at least for the time being. And for anyone who liked those videos, I want this video to be an example and a lesson for you. You know, you can like content, but you can also...
Well, yeah, you're not going to be the same person forever. You're not going to be the same person as you were in that age. You were like 25, now you're 30 something now. So obviously you're going to change with time. But if I'm Idubbbz though, and I feel this bad about my old self and my old content, wouldn't you just want to delete it anyways? Cause I mean, it's gonna be on the internet forever for people to look at if they want to look at. So wouldn't you just want to delete it and not make money off of it? Cause like he just said, he doesn't like how he's able to have a career and have all this money that he's made, that he's got to by making this content in the past. So wouldn't you just want to delete it? Obviously, he has the right to keep it up because, you know, it's his art, his money. But I don't know. If I'm just saying, if it was me and I felt this bad, I would have just deleted the old videos.
I feel like that's the best solution, at least for the time being. And for anyone who liked those videos, I want this video to be an example and a lesson for you. You know, you can like content, but you can also think that it's irresponsible and it's hurting other people. So just tap into that part of your brain that's saying like, oh, okay, it's probably not that important that this video stays online because truthfully, I've seen it, I've experienced the content, but it's done a lot of damage. We can just let it go.
So yeah, here's a second time where I strongly agree with Idubbbz. Like, you can enjoy the content, but I definitely understand what he's saying when it comes to this. Like, it obviously has the potential to hurt certain groups of people, and I understand him not wanting this to be online. It makes a lot of sense. Still like that AdSense money though.
I'm sorry to everyone that I made content cop videos on. I still don't like the majority of you, and that's fine, but I can recognize that you did not deserve the hate and harassment that I sent your way. I particularly want to apologize to Tana. Tana, I'm sorry. I should have never made that video. I harassed Tana in person and then harassed her online, and that's deplorable behavior. It's so stupid. I'm also sorry to all the black viewers and minority groups who had to put up with that video and put up with, you know, the phrases. I said either it's all okay or none of it's okay. And that's just so dangerous and stupid. I have made content that I'm proud of.
I'm at least glad that he admitted that he still doesn't like the people he did content cops on. That's dope to see. It's like a little sliver of his old self left. But I mean, when it comes to hate coming their way after you made videos, that's just gonna happen regardless. I remember Turkey Tom was saying recently on his stream that he always gives a disclaimer to not send hate towards people's way, but even when you do that, there's still a chance that people are gonna just say F it anyways and will still do that. But you're not responsible for them doing that unless you outright say for them to send hate. So there's that. And I mean, as a black person, I obviously don't speak for all black people, but you know, I understand you apologizing, but let me just say this, being not a black person and saying the N-word doesn't automatically make you a racist, by the way. So yeah, I don't want to make too long of a video on this because this is kind of already an old video, and yeah, this I'm not gonna lie, this was so tough to go through the second time. So yeah, feel free to give me your thoughts on the Idubbbz stuff. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe, and there's more stuff I gotta check out, so I'm out. Peace.